Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody, whenever you are watching this. I'm gonna be talking to you guys about what every team's biggest, offense is. I'll be doing this for the defense as well. Next video. Let's get started. Um, Arizona Cardinals. I'm gonna go with their wide receivers. I think they're lacking wide receiver depth outside of their top target, which is Marvin Harrison. So that's him. I don't really have question or all their other. I don't think it will matter much as I do like McBride and I do like Connor and I kind of like Murray as well, so it shouldn't matter too much, but they could use some wide receiver depth. Same with the Falcons. More Mooney are all right, but they're not going to be game changers. And hopefully Jake London's better now that he's going to become the top guy in Atlanta. That Arthur Smith isn't holding him back with other weapons. And I do like Bijan and Pitt, so that's fine. Ravens, so three straight wide receivers. Zay Flowers, Aguilar, and Bateman are their top three guys. Bateman can't stay healthy. Aguilar's inconsistent. And you're hoping Flowers can become that one of the top wideouts in the entire league. Um, Not the biggest fan of Bateman or Aguilar. I mean, I'm really hoping Bateman can actually stay healthy this year. Yeah, they don't have Odell Beckham, where Bateman gets hurt. They've got eyes that they can put in there. So hoping more the Ravens wide receivers. Buffalo wide receiver as well. Um I quit Kurt Samuel is their wide receiver one. Keon Coleman's their wide receiver two. But I think eventually by the end of the year, I think Coleman will take over as the one. I do not trust Kurt Samuel to be the one. But I think Washington, he was the three behind Terry McLaurin and John Dotson. So Carolina, they have a lot of needs. But in the end, I'm going to go with either tight end or O line. I'm gonna go with O line because I think with Carolina it could be similar to a Ravens situation where the QB is mobile enough and you got half decent weapons and you could make do on offense, but if not, then you could struggle a bit. And I do think Bryce Young is mobile enough to where he can avoid pressure when needed. But I do think the O line will struggle a bit. Same thing with the Bears. Not the biggest fan of the Bears O line either. Think it should be pretty good, but but they're the weakest link. And I think Williams will be pretty good at quarterback. They got good running backs. Like their wide receiving trio in Odunze, Keenan Allen, and DJ Moore. And they got a good tight end Cole Kmet. So really a line there. Bengals similar to the Panthers. It's either tight end or O line. I'm gonna go with the O line. I've seen the Bengals O line not do well in previous years, and they better hope that the O line improves. Cleveland, I'm gonna go quarterback. I like their offensive line. I like their tight end in Njoku. I like their wide receivers with Judy and Cooper. And they got a top running back in the Chubb. So quarterback is really their big question mark there, and I don't trust Watson at all. I like him in Dallas, and I'm not a big fan. Dallas. Let's go O line. Yeah, I'm gonna go O line, even though I really like Zach Martin. But they're bigger question. But I like their tight. I like their tight end. I like their wide outs. The only other spot I was thinking of is running back, but actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna go running back for Dallas. Um, I'm gonna go running back for Dallas. And that's just because I don't trust Ezekiel Elliott at all to be their top guy. Denver and go quarterback. Tough between quarterback and tight end, but I'm gonna go quarterback due to not sure what Bo Nix is yet, and I don't like either Zach Wilson or Garrett Stidham to be their top quarterback going into the year. Detroit, uh, Detroit's got a really good team. They probably have one of the best offenses in the entire league. Like their quarterback, like their running backs, like their wide receivers. I can go O-line, even though I really like their depth with Decker and Sewell and Ragnow. But let me go O-line. Green Bay, Green Bay. Similar to Detroit, I'm gonna go O-line, but that doesn't mean the Packers have a bad O-line. I think it's the weakest part of the team, and I think it's pretty mediocre, but I don't say it's awful by any means. Houston. Um, mm, I'm also going to go O-line. I like their quarterback. Don't get me wrong, Ty Howard and Laramie Tunsil are both very good tackles. So let's see how their interior holds up. And they really not many holes on offense otherwise. Indianapolis. I'm going to go. Hmm, do I go with another line or do I go tight end here? I don't mind Mo Alley Cox, but they don't have much depth at tight end otherwise. Alley Cox, I go tight end. I like Mo Alley Cox, they just can't stay healthy. And they do have a good depth at O, decent enough depth at O line. And I do think it could use some work. So similar to the Bengals or the Texans, they got pieces, but they gotta hope that everything fits. Jacksonville. Mm. I'm gonna go O line with them because another team that got depth, but they don't have much else. Like the quarterback, like their running back. They got decent depth at wide receiver, and Evan Ingram's definitely turned his career around at tight end. So really, their other weak point is wide receiver. City, I'm gonna go quarterback. And I'm just kidding. Again, I'm not going to quarterback there, but I am gonna go wide receiver. They got a good line. Travis Kelce is obviously one of the best tight ends in the entire league. Top tight end, and Isaiah Pacheco. Obviously, Mahomes is the greatest quarterback in the entire league. So I go wide receiver. They got Hollywood Brown and Rasheed Rice, and then they just drafted a Xavier Worthy. So they got depth, but they don't have much else. They have depth, but I'm more curious to see who takes over that headliner and that offense. I'm thinking it's either Worthy or Rice, but not sure. Starter and go not running back. Wide receiver. Quentin Johnston, Josh Palmer, and a couple other guys, but nothing screams to me. Good team. Um, good, good wide receiver core. Besides that, I think they're good at all the other positions. Rams. Another O line. O line needs. Great. Yeah. I feel like a broken record, but that's the thing that has pieces. Just that sustainability. Raiders, I'm gonna go quarterback, 11-2. I think Aiden O'Connell's a decent backup, but I don't trust either of them to start long term. I think in 2025 they're going to draft a quarterback. Miami Dolphins. I good. tight end just because they don't have that headliner. And I really think if they get a headliner tight end, that could really transform their offense into something really special. And if they could do that this year, I think their offense can be one of the best in the league. Minnesota Vikings. I'm gonna go tight end similar to the Dolphins, to where they got decent depth at not I said not tight end depth, never mind. I can go a line. I do like the left tackle, uh, but how much sustainability do they have at the rest of the positions? New England. Let's go quarterback in the same breath that the Broncos with May, with Drake May, where I think he's gonna be a good quarterback, but they better hope that he is, or else I could look back at a bad pick there. I do think he can be good, but we'll see. Their other need was wide receiver, and I don't think they have a good wide receiving core, but they're Saints, another team where I think quarterback is really holding this team back. I like their tight end core. I like their wide receiving core. I like their top running back and Alvin Kamara. I think O lines are really their only other need. And they do like the tackle they drafted, so they come in there and be that guy. I think the Saints could be really good this year. Uh, on the offense, at least we'll see what their defense holds. Buying the quarterbacks just because we really don't know from their card, just like we really don't know what we're going to get from Daniel Jones. Are we going to get 2022 Daniel Jones, or are we going to get every other year Daniel Jones? And I think we're going to get every other year Daniel Jones because I don't trust Daniel Jones. I think he's one of, if not the worst quarterback in the entire league. Um, Jets, let's see. I'm gonna O line just because last year's O line for the Titans for the Jets wasn't very good. And I do think they have pieces there. But the problem with the Jets is that you don't know how much sustainability they're going to have there. Eagles. Let's see. Definitely not quarterback. It's definitely not running back here. I think Barkley. Not wide receiver. The next thing I'm gonna go O line with. Yeah, I gotta go O line there. They got a good left tackle. Got a good right tackle. But the interior, we'll see what they do with the interior, even though I do think the Eagles have one that just like Cleveland. I think the Eagles, the zero line goes. Think that we'll see what their interior does, but I think they have one of the best tackle duos in the entire league. But they real but the Eagles, just like Detroit, they don't have any other needs. They don't have any really offensive glaring needs. Oh, and the best wide receiver duos in the entire league. They have a top running back in Saquon Barkley. And Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback. Of course, he got Dallas Goedert at tight end. Pittsburgh gonna go O-line. Now I'm gonna go quarterback. Actually, really trust Russ or Justin Fields. I think both are gonna be. I think both are just mid. I don't think either of them are very good. Seattle. Uh, tight end. Maybe tight end. No, maybe tight end. No, not wide receiver. They have one of the best careers in the entire league. Yeah, I'm a tight end. I don't know who their top tight end's going to be this year. And so in also Miami Dolphins. I think Gerald Everett's their tight end, so that's the case they moved the Dolphins to the O line. I should think Everett's a good tight end. Dan Fran, let's see. Definitely not quarterback. Definitely I'm gonna go O line. If I hear from 49ers fans that their O line isn't very great, it's Trent Williams and it's okay otherwise. So I'm gonna go O line for 49ers. For the Buccaneers. I'm gonna go O line there. Yeah, it feels like the majority of the teams, this question mark is the O line. The St. Louis Titans. And Washington, their big question mark is quarterback. And just like the other rookies that are starting are expected to go out this year. I think quarterback is what what their most what their biggest question mark going into the year is. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, almost half the entire teams in the league have O line questions. But on the other side, that you got the Eagles, the Lions, the Texans, and the Jets to where I don't think they have many needs otherwise. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Um, I know it was a bit confusing because there are teams there that don't have many holes, so I just had to struggle with teams like the Lions, with the Eagles, with the Texans. With a team like the Carolina Panthers, they would throw anything at the wall and make it make sense. And and of course you got the Saints and Giants and Raiders to where I went with quarterback, just because I don't think the quarterback that they have there is a long term guy. I think they're going to end up drafting a guy probably 2025 or even 2026. So yeah, I think one thing about the list is that most of the teams are either A, don't have many holes to fill, or have any question marks. Have many question marks, like the Dallas Cowboys, where the only question mark I really have for them is running back, or like the Eagles, where we'll see what the interior line does with Jason Kelce, or with it, or with a team like the Bengals or Titans, where they've patched up most holes in their offensive line, but sustainability is one of their biggest key question marks. Is sustainability, and that's one thing that I want to talk the most about is sustainability. How many of these teams are sustainable? And if your team and if it look like that you can have a sustainable team, you can make it work at least short term, then I think the consistencies of that team will be a lot better. But if that team is not sustainable and it's question marks throughout, and then it becomes more questions and you end up questioning yourself a lot more. So yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.